Yesterday we discussed the third lesson that is regarding the globe latitudes and longitudes. I given the elaborate explanation regarding the globe. Let's move into the other topics. That is this in some of the latitudes, that is 0 degrees and another reference line, that is Messier. Apart from the 0 degrees equator, apart from the needle on the globe, another parallel latitude which is present at the center of the earth known as equator, that we see. So apart from that, let's move and look into the some of the major parallel latitudes of the earth apart from the equator. So there are mainly 4 major latitudes apart from the equator, that are Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Tropic of Cancer, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. These are the 4 major latitudes apart from the equator. The first one, Tropic of Cancer, it is the 23.5 degrees north latitude present on the north side of the equator, and the second one, that is in northern hemisphere, and the second one is the 23.5 degrees south, that is Tropic of Capricorn, which is present in the southern hemisphere. And the other side, Arctic Circle, which is of 66.5 degrees north, present to the north side of the equator, and the other one is 66.5 degrees south, present to the Antarctic Circle, to the south side of the equator. So these are the 4 parallel latitudes apart from the equator. So now what we have to look means the heat zones of the earth. We have to look. So I said that Tropic of Cancer. The first one is Tropic of Cancer. So when you are looking at this, this is the 0 degrees equator line at 23.5 degrees north and 23.5 degrees south, 66.5 degrees south, 66.5 degrees north, and here exists the north pole and here exists the south pole. So here this is the Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, this is Antarctic Circle, and this is Arctic Circle. So what happens means when we are seeing this, when coming to the heat zones of the earth, there are mainly 3 zones. So that how we can divide means according to the sun. So the sun which is rotating around the earth at a particular time, what happens means all will come and fall exactly. It will be the top of these latitudes at a particular time in once a year. So that is known as the, so in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, at once a year it leads to the formation exactly the upon between these latitudes. It is on the top, exactly top of these latitudes. That region we can say that is the torrid zone. That is the torrid zone. And after that, at some part beyond this Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, the sun doesn't fall that much above these latitudes. Slightly that there is a change in the decrease of the brightness of the sun beyond these latitudes. That is Tropic of Cancer, and the second one is Tropic of Capricorn. So what happens means there is a decrease in brightness. So in order to understand this, I will give a better example. So what best example for that is just consider a flat surface, straight surface. So when a torchlight is projected onto the straight surface, the brightness is more and the occupation of area is less. The same torchlight, when it is focused on the slanted area, the brightness is less and the area is more. The same situation happens here. In the first case, as the sun is at the top of these latitudes at the center, the brightness receiving in these latitudes is more. That means it is receiving more sunlight. So that this region which are receiving latitudes of more sunlight is considered as a torrid zone. So above this Tropic of Cancer and below this Tropic of Capricorn, what happens means in the slanting surface, there is a decrease in sunlight. So these are considered as the from the tropic in the northern hemisphere, Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. This is considered as the temperate zone. from this here to the temperate zone. And the third zone is, this is the first one, this is the second one, and the third zone is frigid zones. So what are the frigid zones? Means the sunlight, when it is going close to the poles, the brightness will decreases gradually. So first it is mainly in the torrid zone. After that, when it is moving towards the above the tropic of Cancer, below the tropic of Capricorn, they decrease slowly somewhat of the sunlight in these regions. So they are considered as the temperate zones. That means they are receiving the less sunlight when comparing to the regions that are present in the torrid zone. So when further moving from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole here, and here Antarctic Circle to the South Pole, and still there is a decrease in sunlight. So completely there is no sunlight. So that they are considered as the frigid zones. From here to here and here to here, considered as the frigid zones. They are considered as the frigid zones. That is regarding the heat zones of the Earth. So another important thing that again another subtopic here we want to see now is the longitudes. Yesterday we discussed some of the latitudes. Now we have to look it onto the longitudes. So why we are looking into the longitude means suppose we are measuring at a particular place. Suppose we want to mark a place on the Earth. Suppose certain place we want to mark on the Earth, but with the reference to the only latitude we cannot mark the exact direction, because suppose this is a line, we have two places, say place P1 and place P2. These are present on the same latitude, but what our main concept is, we have want to the accurate and exact position of that place P1 and P2. So only with the use of latitudes we cannot say that. Only with the help of these latitudes we cannot find the accurate position. So in order that we want to. So what latitudes means, how the latitudes are defined means, with respect to the equator we are saying. So only the latitudes portion only become available, but we want the how much it is from the west and how much it is from the east. So that there is the importance of the longitudes. So that we need longitudes to find the exact location. So longitude are also nothing, guys. Longitudes are the meridians which passes from the North Pole to the South Pole, dividing the globe into two equal halves, that is two equal halves on the west side and east side. So that 0 degrees longitude, which here dividing the two equal parts on either side, is known as the prime meridian, also known as Greenwich meridian or Greenwich mean time. Greenwich meridian or Greenwich mean time. So what is the importance of this means? So when we are looking about this, all are so latitudes differs by certain degrees when comparing to the other latitudes. Why means when we are considering this is as 0 degrees equator, so all parallel lines to this, when we are closing to the poles, the size of the latitudes is decreasing. Also they vary some of the size. So when we are considering from the, so when longitudes we see means what happens means these longitudes what we are looking, these are all in similar size, these are all in same size, so that we cannot differentiate. So the what our British system, according to the British royal system, what they decided means, so that they said that according to the 0 degrees prime meridian, which is so that according to that we have to measure the all other latitudes, we have to give the number for certain difference, so that we gave the number systems to these longitudes depending upon this Greenwich meridian or prime meridian. So when we are talking about this Greenwich meridian or prime meridian, so by including this here we can find out these places exactly with respect to the west and east. So when we are talking about this prime meridian or Greenwich meridian, here one thing we have to note, that is prior to the year 1972, these are called as I said, prime meridian or Greenwich meridian. So after that what happens means they changed this to the term UTC, which is known as so when we are talking about this UTC, we are generally familiar with when we are setting the time zones in any social media or time setting zones in the laptop or system or mobile. This frequency we are seeing the term UTC. It is nothing but universal time coordinated time universal time coordinated or coordinated time or coordinated universal time. I repeat, coordinated universal time or it is also called as universal time coordinate. Universal time coordinate. So just simply writing reference because not to save time. The concept what we have to understand, that is main. So this is called as UTC, coordinate universal time or universal time coordinate. So after 1972, they replaced the name prime meridian or Greenwich meridian to the UTC. That only we are saying in the many time zones, right? So that is about regarding this UTC. This longitude. So here another thing we have to note is which are rotating these longitudes or meridians also we called. So the similar way they also longitudes present also backside also. So what happens means exactly opposite to this 0 degrees, on the other side there will be present of 180 degrees line. So this 180 degrees line is known as the international date line. International date line. So this international date line has so many purposes in order to find the day in at different places within the same country or different countries. So when we are talking about this 180 degrees line which is present on the other side, so when the earth rotating from the west to east, so when the earth rotating from the west to east, what happens means they leads to the change of the day when it crosses the, so when we are moving to the east side from the Greenwich mean time, that is 0 degrees, the time zone differs by the 1 hour, which is ahead by the 1 degree, and which is ahead by 1 hour, not 1 degree, 1 hour. And when we are moving to the west side, the time zone corresponding to the for the present time, it reduces to 1 hour. It is decreasing 1 hour. Like that we have to consider. So now when you are looking at this, you have some confusion. For that suppress, next class I will explain all some problems are there. How to calculate this time when you are moving from one zone to another zone, or when you are moving from the earth rotation to east side or west side. Next class I will explain you clearly about this times how we have to calculate. Right? Now it will be some confusion to you. Right? I will explain in the next class. So another thing we have to note here is that's about this. So basing upon the international date line also, we have some other we have to calculate a certain time zone or for the time at suppose we have to calculate at the different time zones for a particular country. Suppose the present time is 2 p.m. So what happens when we move from the 2 p.m. towards the east side? What will the time? And when we move to the west side, what will be the particular time at a particular location? That we have to calculate the time. So that we will see in the next class. Let's move to our GK part as usually. The third largest island in the world is Borneo. So it is governing by the countries Malaysia, Indonesia and Brunei. So as I have said earlier, when we were talking about the islands in the first class itself, when we started this GK part regarding islands, I explained you briefly and clearly that. So island is the thing which is present in the between the oceans and seas. So what happens means this island can be shared by a single country or it can be ruled by one or many other countries. As in the same scenario, here the Borneo, which is the third largest island in the world, is governing by the countries Malaysia and Brunei. Malaysia, Brunei, and what another thing? What is it? Malaysia, Brunei, and Indonesia, as it is governing by the previous island. Previous island that is yesterday we seen. That also governing by the Indonesia. Right? That's it for today. Meet you in the next class. Please like, share, and subscribe my channel. This is truly Teja signing off. Stay home and stay safe. Bye.